What's up guys, this is Rise and welcome to another video. Ultra Remix is here and is upon us, and I've got a cool team that I want to showcase with you guys today, so let's get into it. The team is Registeel, Drifblim, and Shadow Gliscor. This first matchup is against Harlea Boys, who's a well-known trainer in the Sylph community. He's extremely good, so whenever I see his name pop up, I know it's going to be a great battle. But yeah, Registeel is the #1 ranked Pokemon on PvPoke in this meta, and part of that reason is a lot of its hardest counters like Swampert and Talonflame are not allowed because of the most 10 used. The 10 most commonly used are not allowed. Sorry, I think I have a few notifications in this first battle, and hopefully I turn them off afterwards. But I think there's going to be a few more that pop up, so apologies in advance. But yeah, so we led against the DD, which isn't a great lead, and I kind of want to try and take back Switch here, because if I can take Switch, I can get the Shadow Gliscor onto the DD, which would be great. I'm thinking my opponent might think I'm baiting here, so I'm going for the Shadow Ball, and boom, we land it. Very nice. So we take back Switch. Drifblim actually able to beat the Stunfisk with this, which is huge, and now we get to another move here, and I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball. Boom. Does a lot of damage. I might get countered all the way down, so this DD has a lot of energy, but that's okay with me. I come in with Gliscor to absorb this energy. I'm figuring if he has DD and G-Fisk, he might be weak to Reggie in the back. So I'm waiting to see what's in back, and it's a Snorlax. And at this point, I have such this energy lead. I figure I'm going to get off this Earthquake, because this will do a lot of damage if it lands, and it'll put it into Flash Cannon range. So now I can just safely switch into Reggie, and I can just take all these moves from the Snorlax. Like if he superpowers me, that's fine. 2 superpowers doesn't even KO, as you see. Look, the first superpower doesn't even do half, and that's the one that's going to do the most, because superpower debuffs your attack and defense. I go for a Flash Cannon, I get the last shield. He's going to have to go for 2 more superpowers here to take me out, so I'm just saving my shield for Gliscor at this point. I know that the DD has energy, so he actually makes a nice catch here, but to me this is fine, right? Because that DD had so much energy that I would have had to worry about. So that was a situation where I wasn't even really concerned about the catch, and like if he does catch, I think that might benefit me. Body Slam takes me out, and now I'm just got to get to one Night Slash, hoping that they don't double up. Unfortunately, we get there. The Snorlax did have quite a bit of residual energy, so that probably was very close, but a great game nonetheless. Shout out to Harlea Boys. It reminds me now that I'm rewatching this, he messaged me GG's and I forgot to respond. So GG's Harlea Boys if you're watching this. All the way from Slovakia. Terrible lead here against the Machamp. But this is why we've got double flyers to try and take back Switch. And check this out. If you guys run Drifblim, mine isn't even a good rank Drifblim. Mine is a hundo that I had already maxed out, and I didn't feel like grinding the XLs, you know, to build another. So I figured I'd just stick with my hundo. And Drifblim, if they swap a Snorlax into your Drifblim, like Drifblim can win swap here, or at least get shield advantage. The Snorlax is going to have to commit shields eventually to win this out, because the licks add up, as you see. But after these debuffs, they start to do less, and the bodies, there's no charge moves that are threatening, unless the Snorlax is crazy and it's running like Outrage or something. But, yeah, Icy Winds chipping away. I'm almost at a next one. I get to it. So this Snorlax is going to have to shield. Like, you might think Snorlax is a hard counter to Drifblim. Not really. I get a shield, which is amazing. He is going to farm me all the way down. But because I know he has a Shadow Champ, I'm willing to tank all this energy on my Reggie. And I'm going to try and farm down. I'm going to lock on down. Look how little that superpower does. Hit me with your best shot, Snorlax. Quadruple debuffed. Keep the superpowers coming. So I'm going to be able to lock this all the way down. I assume Champ comes in. It does. I just Flash Cannon right away. It'll do a lot of damage or get a shield. Does a lot of damage. Switching to my own Champ. Or sorry, into my own Gliscor. I don't know what I'm talking about. I get baited here. There's a Ferrothorn in back. I figure he might think I'm going to fish for the boost. So I go straight for the Quake. Boom. Takes out a big chunk. Looks like delayed CMP, so he got there one turn before me. I do shield the Power Whip, which is good. Gonna go for a Night Slash here. Night Slash would be enough to KO at this range. I get the last shield, which is huge. And now I know I should live a Power Whip. Apologies again for all the notifications. And then I just throw my Night Slash right away when I see the champ come in, because we just don't want the champ to get to a move. We're in cross chop range. And then our opponent surrenders. And there we go. Rise putting on Do Not Disturb. There we go. That was the best play of the game. Putting on Do Not Disturb. Oh, check it out. CCO for the win. Spoiler alert. This is an epic game. CCO plays this extremely well. Look at this. He catches my Focus Blast on his Deoxys. The Savage. CCO. CCO is a former legend in Civ, which some people may not know, like an extremely good battler. And now he's more so known for being like an entertaining streamer who always has crazy people in his chat that are like spamming different stuff. I figured he might try and do this right here. He might try and go for a Psycho Boost to try and force my shield, but I knew it was a Psycho Boost that wasn't going to KO. So I go up to a Shadow Ball. I'm going to undercharge this a little bit to try and get some more hexes. Allow myself to get 2 more hexes, which is kind of nice. And I throw the Shadow Ball right away because I know his Stunfisk has a Rock Slide loaded, so he probably was going to throw it right away. And yep, it is CMP. So this Stunfisk should have like 7 Mud Shots, or 2 left over. And check this out. This is great. He swaps in the Scrafty, and I already came in with my Gliscor. He was ready to insta-swap. And I actually land the Earthquake. I went straight for it because I figured he probably thought I'd be baiting. But this is not super comfortable because 2 Rock Slides is going to take out my Gliscor. And these Night Slashes don't do that much. The Wing Attacks don't do much. So I have like very little fast move pressure. I only have charge move pressure. I'm going to have to start shielding Rock Slides on my Gliscor, because it's going to take Reggie a while to get to a move. Reggie's going to get outpaced. I tried to catch a Rock Slide. I was unsuccessful. He saw it coming a million miles away. Now I'm going to get quaked here. My Gliscor is 1 Wing Attack away from 2 Night Slashes. So as long as he's not able to double up, I should be okay. But what we can't have is him Rock Slide and have 2 Rock Slides after he farms me down here. Look at that. I don't know if he undercharged that or if that's just all it did. Look at this. I'm 1 Wing Attack away. So I know if this wasn't CMP, I win. And look at that. Boom. It wasn't CMP. Yeah, I guess if you were at 100 energy and you Rock Slided, you'd be at 55 energy. So then you would still need 64, 73. Oh, you would still need like 4 Mud Shots, right? Or am I way off? Okay, anyway. We got a great lead against the Crobat, but unfortunately, this is like our best answer to the swap. So what I tried to do was, not sure about this play, Chris. Not sure about this play. I got the shield from the blast, and I swap in my Drifblim to absorb all this energy, so I can preserve my Registeel for the Crobat. But now that I'm not able to debuff it before it gets off these body slams, they actually like chip a little bit. So this is not going to be super comfortable for Drifblim anymore. If Drifblim's starting out with the energy lead and like full health, like I'm going to be able to debuff it before it gets off these moves. But it got off 2 moves before the debuff. The only reason I overfarmed there was because I know I'm not going to win this matchup. So I want to try and give him a little bit less farm if I can. And it actually kind of, I tried to throw him off so maybe he wouldn't throw the body slam, which he didn't. And it allows me to get to another Icy Wind here. So he's been debuffed 4 times, right? And this is like so confusing. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe Reggie like won't have any play in the back, considering he's trying to lure it out here. Or I don't know. He was trying to preserve his energy on Snorlax, which makes a lot of sense because that energy will be a lot more valuable now for him. And here is a bit of a mistake. As soon as I threw this flash cannon, I'm like, crap, he's probably going to try and farm me down with something. What's going to come in? Sure enough, it's a Scrafty. And I'm going to get farmed down. The Scrafty gets a huge energy lead. And I'm like, oh boy. Oh Nelly. I shield and they freaking power-up punch bait me. What a savage, but a nice bait. He made the right call. And this is not looking good because this Scrafty still has a lot of health. We can only threaten it with Earthquake as our charge move. And it takes a while to get to Earthquake, obviously. And you might be thinking, why didn't I throw it? Shields were down, I had it, but I felt like I needed to get to an Earthquake and a Night Slash to have a chance because the Snorlax probably had 2 Body Slams stored. So yeah, if I just throw that right away, then I just get Body Slammed and I lose anyway. Okay, this is looking good so far. Hard counter city. Hopefully we don't screw this up somehow. Little bit of mutual lag. Sludge Bomb. Doesn't do much. I'm just going for the Shadow Ball because I know my opponent's likely not going to shield. Allows me to get a little bit of extra farm, which is nice. Definitely not going to shield even if it's a Sludge Bomb. We saw how much it did before. So no reason to shield there. I expect the A9 to come back in. Going for a Shadow Ball. I get the Denial, which is kind of nice, but it looks like I'm probably only going to get to 1 Shadow Ball and maybe 1 Icy Wind. Yeah, barely get to this Icy Wind. Definitely wasn't going to reach the Shadow Ball. And then he swaps in Flygon, and I'm like, all right, this is looking pretty comfy. This is looking pretty comfortable. Assuming this Flygon doesn't have Stone Edge, all it can do is just throw Dragon Claws at me. You know what's crazy? It might be in the next video, but there was an Earthquake from a Flygon that actually didn't even KO my Registeel. That's how bulky Registeel is. And one crazy thing about Registeel, guys, I'm actually not 100% sure if this remains true in Ultra versus Great League, but I think it would. Because of Registeel's ability to like get to these hard-hitting charge moves and its tankiness, it actually wins the Zero Shield against things that you wouldn't think it would win against. Like in the Great League, I know it wins the Zero Shield against fighters like Scrafty because it can get to that Focus Blast. It might win against Machamp. I'm not 100% sure on that. Machamp's so attack weighted that the counter and cross chops might take it out first. But yeah, you see me really saving my shields here. I knew I had a Night Slash banked with Gliscor, so I knew I could just save a shield for Gliscor. And and I just zoned out. That was the situation. That was the Flygon, the Earthquake. It didn't even KO the Registeel. My, oh my, golly gee, whiz. We get another win and a nice 4-1 set there. A 4-1 set and our loss. We probably could have played that one a little bit better when we swapped the Drifloon into the Snorlax after getting the shield. Probably should have just stayed in, right? If I just stay in, then I have Drifloon against Crobat, and then what was the back Pokemon? I forget. But 26-26, and as you see in the time, we have a whole nother set that's back-to-back for this one, but I'm going to leave that for a part 2, and we're going to look at that video tomorrow, where I have, honestly, some of the most epic battles I've had in a long time. I don't know what it is with Ultra Remix. My buddy Jolty John sent me a DM that he had some battles that were like some of his craziest battles ever, and these were like two of my first sets of Ultra Remix, and these were like 2 of my craziest sets in a long time. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just how the meta is so open and random that you never know what's going to happen. And I've also had some sets recently where I just get hard countered like heck. Now that I've gotten to a pretty high elo range, where I was like 75 on the leaderboard. I'm playing some of the same people over and over, and there's nothing more demoralizing than like seeing someone and you already know their team and you know it hard counters your team. I've played Bad Hand a few times, and I've actually played it out. I literally wanted to just top left as soon as I saw his name because I know his team and I know there's no possible way to win. But I actually made like a ton of catches and swaps and energy management where I got it super close, where it basically came down to CMP. But my opponent, he had a very tanky Pokemon that mine wasn't able to KO with its charge move, just barely. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I've got another epic 5-game set with this same team coming up next. So let me know if that's cool with you guys. I'm kind of like looking at these videos. I got Sylph content and stuff as well that you guys want to see my Worlds recap. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get my hands on Dunebugs footage. I contacted Sylph, and it's kind of, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get those clips, but you can watch those live, as I said it, as people said in my post. But yeah, I'm having fun with this season. I'm trying out new stuff, and it's like in the main series, you know, you're on the journey to do everything. I'm kind of looking at like Go Battle League seasons as like that too. Like I'm kind of just on this journey, and we're going to see the different teams I'm running, and as we progress through the ELO ranges, and hopefully can entertain y'all and have some fun along the way. Maybe teach you some stuff too. All right, all that said, Chris is rambling again. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.